Growing up, I felt like I was never good enough. Correction, I still feel like I'm never good enough, whether it be in school, gymnastics, at work, or with relationships. There's a lingering thought in the back of my head that nothing I ever do will ever be good enough. And yeah, it's a terrible mindset to have, but one that was pretty hard ingrained into me as a kid. Even though all the adults in my life who push that narrative onto me will adamantly claim not to. Sure, you never outright told me I wasn't good enough, but the constant comparison to others, the pressure to move faster, goalpost shifting, making me feel like I have no grounds of argument to stand on other than to blame myself and to shut up just to get you to stop yapping. I love psychological manipulation. Now, yeah, not everything I said there is exclusive to one category alone. It would be pretty weird to feel pressure to moving fast when dating someone, but it's a bit of an overarching theme and pattern that I've noticed when I've encountered situations like these. And at some points, instead of leaving me feeling disappointed and hating myself, I just grow numb to it all. Hello, my friends. My name is Ethan, and in case you didn't know, I'm trying to turn this failed podcast channel into a place where I simply yap about what's on my mind while having a silly little VTuber model. If you're not into that but still like hearing me talk, there's nothing wrong with just having this video play in the background. You won't be missing out on much anything visually. Technically speaking, I'm trying to aim for a more down to earth and authentic vibe while trying to keep some form of anonymity. No flashy edits, no fast-paced dialogue, just you and me and the call, the void. Also, for privacy's sake, I will be keeping things as vague as possible. This isn't supposed to be an in-depth retrospective of my life or to call out people, but rather a journal entry for me to express my thoughts and feelings while letting others hear me out and maybe relating to what I say. I also don't want people in my life who are mentioned in here to be shown in a negative light and be lambasted. So, out of respect for their own privacy and peace of mind, I'll mostly be generalizing. The funny thing about these videos is that they're going to be very, I wouldn't say non-scripted, as I have written down what I wanted to say. I feel like when it comes to explaining my points and wanting to get what I want to say across, journaling or writing down what I want to say has been extremely helpful in these kind of situations. So while, yes, these videos are very heavy yapping and ranting, there is some kind of cohesion to it, but trust me when I say you're not watching this video because you want cohesion, you just want to listen to me talk. And that's what I've heard about what a lot of people say when they like watch my videos, is that sometimes they don't really care about the subject, they just kind of like listening to me talk, which I've always found to be pretty interesting because growing up, I was always seen as like super annoying and wouldn't shut up and oh my god, he just won't stop talking. But now it's like people actually like listen to what I say because apparently what I say can be pretty wise sometimes. And that's how I like to think. I like to try and think logically over emotionally because I tend to get my emotions clouded sometimes. And that feeling can suck sometimes because I want to try and say and do the right things, but sometimes I just can't. But you know, that's me ranting right there, right? I'm literally just going off script, just kind of yapping because this is what I want to do. This is the kind of content that I want to. There's all kinds of content that I want to make. Like I want to make gaming content. I want to make storytime animations. I want to make comics. I want to make. There's so many stuff that I want to make, and yet at the same time, I feel like I don't have the capability or the skill set or the right mind to do so. Or I don't know if anyone's actually gonna care. But I mean, at some point, you just got to stop caring about what other people think and actually just do it. And that's what I want to do with this, starting with my biggest insecurity, or at least one of many, feeling like I'm never good enough. And this is the part where I go back on script. You know, it's funny, I talk about all of this as YouTube is something that I don't feel good enough in. And we'll start with that as a way to ease into more serious topics. I've been doing this for almost a decade now. I got the 1K subscribers and have went through many phases of my channel, but even to this day, I still question what the heck I'm doing, how I'm hella insecure about my voiceovers and the video topics I make, wondering if anyone would actually care or not. And it hurts sometimes when you pour a lot of effort into making something and it doesn't go well, which is kind of why I've tried to adopt a mentality of simply creating for the love of the game and that also hasn't gone super well. Which it's funny that I say that because I literally uploaded my Eyes of Heaven video because a potential remake is or like remasters in the works, and it is performing like absolute doo doo butter. I'm just like, no, no. But you know what? It is what it is. But you know, even though it hasn't gone super well, and it's kind of hard to create for the love of the game when work has like taken over like 90% of my life. It it's also difficult to try and make them because sometimes when I make the videos, they feel like they're out of date, right? Like I missed my window of opportunity to make them. That if I make them now, it's just gonna fall out of the trends. But I've kind of had a bit of a mindset shift. Oh my god. I've kind of had a bit of a shift in my mindset where I should just simply create even though no one is watching or it seems out of season, because I know a handful of people are actually going to watch and enjoy what I make. That it wouldn't be perfect, but it's real. It's tangible proof that I had guts to try and make something and failed, rather than picturing what the end result would look like and never fully committing to making it a reality. I seem to do the same song and dance by saying I'll make these changes and then fall back on old habits, but I actually want to do something. I want to make the content I feel like making without thinking to myself that it's bad, that no one will listen. So what if they don't listen? I made something that I feel proud of and can look back on. That I can just say, hey, I made that a reality. I did this. It's honestly crazy how there are so many shorts and videos that I've made in the past that still make me smile to this day. And I think having a series like this where I could just document how I've been feeling is not only great, but also somewhat needed for me to actually push myself to making the content that I want. On Ethan Mastercrafter, I can discuss videos of my favorite topics and tell stories in between, and here I can just simply yap and not have to worry about insane editing skills. I can just speak without the expectations of needing to hit some threshold, without needing to be someone more than just me. And being myself was really difficult, especially around a close group of people. I feel like I could never really truly be myself around them. That they kind of just hammered in certain expectations or ways that I'm supposed to behave, and that they were more proud of a cultivated version they envisioned in their heads rather than the person standing right in front of them. Never truly feeling like I could just be me. And this was especially hard when I started dating for the first time. I won't go too much into details, as I know we all feel alone and depressed in some way, though I do want to make a video talking about relationships one day, as that's something that really interests me. I was definitely a mess when I dated this girl. We'll call her Alina. Yeah, I know I took a character from my comics. That's besides the point. Actually, maybe I should do that more often. It might actually help with the whole anonymity kind of thing. So that way I'm not giving away too much of my personal life. Because this isn't supposed to be a sob story of my life. This is me telling stories, telling story, turning my trauma into something, motivational, like something that people can actually benefit from, rather than just be like, oh, woe is me. That's not the whole point of this. Right, what was I talking about? Before we even started dating, she went pretty beyond out of her way to do stuff for me, whether it be making long trips to see me, paying for my stuff, holding on to me when I couldn't keep it together, and yet still subconsciously, I still couldn't believe I deserved everything I was getting. When we did start dating, I felt a lot more inclined to believe it. I mean, I look back and damn, she was proud to be my girlfriend. She did an awful lot just to meet my expectations. And wow, was I a bit of an ace in the hole. Okay, I know that sounds bad, but it's not like I was a cheater or abusive. The main issue with me was just being a bit too honest and spoke very bluntly when I could have phrased things better. I was pretty selfish also in what I wanted and didn't balance what she wanted. This girl made so many changes for me, and I guess I never truly appreciated it. It's no wonder why she broke up with me, because she wasn't getting what she wanted out of the relationship. It wasn't actually that bad. It wasn't for any malicious reasons or something I did, though truth be told, there were some stuff that we didn't like slash agree with one another that would have hurt us long term. It mainly boiled down to long distance and that we weren't getting our needs met. We're still chill and she's still a person I hold dearly, but dating definitely wasn't out on the cards for us. And you would think one of the lessons I learned is to be more confident in myself and accept when a girl cares an awful lot about me. Right? Nope. Here comes in another girl who showers me with love and still does. Actually, we recently got back together. It's been pretty freaking nice. And I still find it hard to believe that she cares and loves me, because I guess trauma is just a pain in the butt. Yeah, I definitely have trauma and pain from past attempts at love, but with this girl, man, it's so different and unique. Like, I have no filter with this girl, and I really should. I'm just so honest, and I kind of be saying stuff that I probably shouldn't be saying, and she just listens to me. Like, she doesn't say anything bad. She's like, I'm okay, I understand. And she's so dang patient with it. Like, bro, I be saying stuff where it's like, dude, why did you tell her that? Like that. That's what my friends would tell me. Like, dude, you didn't tell her that? Like, you didn't say that to her face. And I'm like, yeah, I did. And you're like, dude, why would you say that? But I'm like, dude, she like listens to me. Like, I don't know why. Like, I agree with you. I'd be saying like the most bat wild stuff, and then she's just like, all right. And I don't get what she sees in me. I feel like if our circumstances were different, i.e., long distance was not a thing, we'd be together, like hard locked in. When I say together, I mean just like, because like right now we're just kind of like cruising. Like, I think we're endgame. We're definitely like in it for each other. You know, it's funny because like when I first I broke up with her because like I was moving to like a whole new area. I was starting a new job. I was starting a new life. We were both like really busy, so it just wasn't really fair for both of us to like stay together. But as months go by, like I kept talking to her, and she would like view my stories and whatnot. And I when we started dating, I got her this necklace that I okay, sounds kind of pathetic to say, but I kind of held on to this necklace for a while, saying that if I ever find someone, then I want to give them this necklace. That would be like my first mature step into actually dating. And I gave it to my first girlfriend, and then she told me she gave it back to me and said that you'll give this to the one who actually, you know, who will be your girlfriend. So I ended up giving her the necklace, and then we broke up, and I didn't get the necklace back. I wasn't able to get it back, but I noticed, like, I was looking at her stories, and I noticed how she was still wearing the necklace even after we broke up. And I was completely flabbergasted. I was like, I thought you would have like thrown that into a drawer and like moved on, but no, this girl, she loves me. Even if it's like super hard for her to communicate that, this girl loves me. And I'm just like, I question myself as like, why do you care so much about me? Why do you love me so much? What did I do to deserve you going above and beyond for me? Like, why have I had people go above and beyond for me? What did I do to deserve it? It's funny because like growing, and maybe it's because I've been so hammered in with the mindset that if somebody does something nice for me, I have to pay them back of equal value no matter what. And that was like hard ingrained into me as a kid. So it's so hard for me to receive like kindness that goes above and beyond, because I feel like, okay, well, are they gonna hold this over my head? Like, do I owe it to them? And it's like, no, they do it because they just love me. And I would do the same because that's what I used to do all the time. I'd always go like above and beyond for friends, and in some regards, that ended up creating some pretty bad friends for me, where they just like kind of like abuse my kindness. But with these girls, it's like they just care for me, and they want to do a lot for me, and that's so hat backwards for me because I'm not used to it, and I guess I just don't want to mess up what I have. So why dump all of that lore of my love life onto this video? Well, it's because subconsciously, despite the clear love being shown to me, I still feel like I don't deserve it. That I haven't earned it, or that it isn't real, even though I clearly know it is. As much as I want to accept it, I think I'm just afraid of getting hurt or betrayed, that if I keep walls up, I won't get hurt again. And yeah, I've been hurt many times before, even when I don't realize it. I Okay, this one gets a little more personal. So, I know a person who was pretty much always shifting the goalpost, or like switching sides. Always telling me, "Why are you so hard on yourself?" Followed by, "You gotta do good in school. Like, come on, you gotta step it up. Like, this stuff isn't hard." Like, it's not like I was balancing an awful lot on my plate and I wasn't stressed all the time, but I kept being told that I just had no problems in life. So I'm just like, why am I complaining? Why are you like, what's going on? Like, I'd be saying like, "Oh my god, gymnastics has me stressed," or like, "I'm stressing over this test," and then I'd just be told like, "I don't have any problems. Why am I so angry?" Heck, the most recent one actually pissed me the hell off when I overheard from someone that he was laughing at the idea of me rejecting working 2 jobs. Like, excuse me, what? I work my butt off to be in an engineering field 40 hours a week, 8 to 5, and I also work overtime now, which has been so stressful to me. Like, I actually cried at work like a couple of days ago. It was pretty bad. Like, God bless my coworker. I was like, I'm scared, I'm terrified, but I love this job. I really do. And it's just like, this man has the audacity to like say I need to work 2 jobs, but then also laughs at the idea of why. Like, does not laugh, but like, he just has the audacity to ask me why I'm so hard on myself. It's because you always keep shifting the damn goalpost. Like, what the hell? Like, I'm trying to live my life here. I played by the book. I did what was told of me, and now you're just throwing more crap at me. Like, what the freak, dude? I'm not working at McDonald's, you dense noodle. Like, the ignorance was actually so disrespectful to me. And then he had the gall to say, "Oh, it's just a backup plan in case you fail." Like, bro, are you preying on my downfall? This is gonna make me suicidal. I know my mental limit, and I know that the job I work is good enough to get me through. Like, I'm not gonna be making crazy bank, but I have enough to get by and live comfortably. It's not like I'm going drinking every weekend, or going to parties, or gambling on crazy gacha games. No, like 90% of my money goes into savings, and I really only make big purchases if I have to. I'm so god dang stingy with my money. Like, I would be going to like the grocery store and I'd be seeing like Nutella for $10, which, like, okay, why is Nutella $10? Why? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's or like corned beef, right? It's like $5.49. And I'm just, and the cans are getting so much smaller, and I'm like, dude, like, okay, I finally understand the meme where it's like, "Oh, I can't even afford eggs because it's so expensive." Like, yeah, some of the groceries are just expensive, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, "Oh my god, I really want to get this," but it's like, hey, but if I go, okay, you know what? Here's another example. Like, if I go to like, I go to like a bubble tea store, right? And I want to get like a small bubble tea, and it's like $7.49. Oh my god, I need some water. That is not water. That is Sprite. Good enough for me. Right. I would go to like a bubble tooth. Oh my god, bubble tooth. I go to like a bubble tea place, right? And it's just like for $7.49 for like a mango lychee slushy, and I'm just like, dude. And it's like, it's kind of a small thing, and it's like, I feel like a Starbucks girl going to Starbucks buying coffee for $7, and I'm like, dude, I could just make this at home. There's like this mango juice that I buy. I can't remember the brand name, but like, it's like this. Oh my god, it's like this really delicious mango juice. I just buy that, and then you know what I need to do? I need to find a store here that sells like lychee jelly, and I just make drinks like that. Oh my god, because it's so expensive. But like, I have that mentality that I'm poor as hell. Like, I'm broke. I'm poor. Even though I'm employed and I work a pretty decent job. I'm like, And it's like, yeah, I'm just so stingy with my money, and like I try and like rationalize like how I spend my stuff. So it like for me right now, I'm in a position where the company needs me. They like me. I do honest work. I'm probably gonna be here for a while. Like I'm financially responsible. I know how to save. I'm not risky with my money. I have a head on my shoulder. So why are you constantly worrying about if I'm gonna fail or not, or if everything goes downhill? If things go downhill, I'm gonna figure it out. I have options. Like I got people who can support me. Like god dang, like there are so many better options than just like god, it actually like really annoyed me when I heard it. It was like just god, it was so toxic, man. Like, and yeah, I have cut ties with this person because it's just like god, he's everything that I don't want to be, man. Like stressed, prideful, angry, stubborn, and it's just like god, it's ridiculous. I don't want to be that. I want to be my own person. I want to be wise. I want to be mature. I want to tackle situations with a level head. Because the way he always seemed to act was, it was always anger first, and then he was calm. Like, dude, no, be calm about it. Like, I remember like when I was, when I was kind of reaching my limit at work, like my coworker, like she was teasing me like 3 separate times. But she was trying to like crack. Okay, I can't be saying that because that has a completely different annotation these days. She was trying to get to me in a sense where it's like, hey, like what's going on? Talk to me. And she wasn't angry about it. She's like, yo, Ethan, like, okay, cut it out. Like, what's going on? You gotta talk to me right now. It's like, stop it. Like, no, she did jokes. Then she asked me like a little more seriously, like, yo, what's wrong with you today? I'm like, I'm fine. I'm okay. And then she finally like kneels down to me and she's like, hey, look at me. I know you're not okay. Talk to me. And then I finally opened up, and then, but she never yelled at me. Like, she was patient. And then this guy, he's always like, okay, I'm gonna do patience. I'm gonna be nice. Okay, hey, stop it. Stop. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna strangle you. You always do this. Like, no, you're not being patient with me. No, you're like, it drives me insane. And it's like, you wonder why I'm so stressed, and you wonder why I assume I'm never good enough, because it seems like everything I do is never good enough. And that was like the same mentality I had with like gymnastics, right? And that's like the worst feeling too, because I was in gymnastics for 15 years. I trained professionally, and it got to a point where it's just like, okay, like I'm being compared to like everyone, and just assuming that I'm just never good enough. I mean, like for me, in my eyes, I was the worst of the best, because whenever we went to competitions, we'd be smoking everyone. But I was always like second place to like my gym brothers. Or I like, it's funny because I remember a time in my life where I actually didn't want to be good enough. I looked at my coach with teary eyes, and I'm like, hey, why'd you put me in the best group? I can't handle this. I'm not strong enough for it. And that was like that was my choice. I was like, dude, I don't want to be good enough. And now I look back on that and I'm like, hey, I just wasn't strong enough to be in that position, but now I am. But now I don't want to be the best of the best. I just want to be the best me that I can be. Like, that's the big takeaway that I have learned, especially since I moved out and I've been trying to like become my own person. Living on my own has taught me a lot about setting boundaries and becoming the person that I want to be, finding peace within myself, acknowledging that, yeah, I was in survival mode pretty much my whole teenage years, and that I'm trying to find better ways to heal and cope with what I went through. And I'll be completely honest with you all, I still haven't found that peace. I still have conversations in my head, like on the daily, about what I would say, what I wanted to say, what I want to yell, scream, and shout. But I realized when it came to those people, there was nothing that I could have ever said in any single tone that would have made them understand or see my perspective, because they would always come from a position of authority saying, hey, you don't have problems, you're not valid, shut up, stop complaining, your life is so good. And I'm just like, okay, why am I gonna try and put myself like in a position where I don't feel validated in the slightest? And that's actually another video that I want to make. Is I want to make a completely separate video about feeling invalidated, but by like no one. except for my own friends. So I'm not gonna rant too much about that because that is a separate video that I want to talk about, and I feel like a lot of people would be able to relate to not feeling valid in their feelings, as a lot of parents would just kind of say like, "Oh, your life is so good," or X, Y, Z, and it's like it's baloney. So I'll cover that another time, but I still haven't found peace, man. I still feel like when I'm at work, I'm not doing good enough, and maybe it's because I care too much. I feel like in my relationship, maybe I'm not doing enough, or I don't know if what she's saying to me is true, that she really does love me. And maybe she's watching this video right now. I don't know. I don't think she watches my YouTube channel. I know she likes to watch my stories, but if you're watching this, you know who you are. Love you. I'm sorry if if my head's all over the place. But you know, talking and saying all this out loud, it's a pretty good way for me to reflect on my actual own self-worth, because maybe I just suffer from like low self-esteem, because like, you know, it's like the stuff that I do is like so advanced, and yet compared to everyone else I always just feel inadequate, like I'm not doing enough. And that really does get to me a lot, where I feel like I just don't have what it takes to be good enough, that everything that I do will always be told with, okay, but this could be better, which is, I guess, good criticism, but like being told to just do better without being like, you know, praised or appreciated for the good work that you've actually done, that stings sometimes. And especially when it feels like they're implying more to just do this rather than just being, hey, like, can I not just have like one time where I just say, hey, you know what, you actually did a good job, I liked a lot what you say, maybe like one nitpick here, but otherwise, you know, you're doing really good. Like, to me, the message always seems like you're not doing enough, you're not good enough. That's what it feels like to me. And then people will go and say, hey, you know, like, oh, you know, that's not what I meant, but no, like, this is how I feel, and like, you're really gonna dictate how I feel? Like, am I just supposed to lie to you? I've already done that for so long. I mean, what's more lying? I mean, like, yeah, that's the thing with lying. I actually, you know, we be lying every now and then, but like, the thing with lies is that all truths eventually come to light. You know, all lies eventually become truths. Not in a sense where it's like, oh yeah, if everyone believes a lie, then it becomes a truth. Where it's like, no, like, a lie will eventually come to light, and people will realize the truth, and the truth is real. And I want to start living my own truth. I want to be my own person. I want to live my life. I want to live, is basically what I'm trying to say, without having to feel like I'm not good enough. So I know a lot of what I've said in this video sounds doom and gloom, and maybe it kind of is. I mean, it's one of those videos where it's like, oh my god, it's a guy who turns on the webcam and he's like ranting and complaining, and it's like, I've been watching a lot of those videos, which is what kind of inspired this kind of video, where I wanted to do my own take of it, where it's just like a silly little VTuber model gushing, or not gushing, but like just ranting about some pretty, not dark, but like depressing stuff, where it's like, oh hey, life is not exactly great right now. It's not. I mean, okay, actually my life is really, really good right now in retrospect, but like, just some days I just feel so depressed, and I'm like, why am I depressed? Why? Should be happy. I'm making the right steps, I'm making the right moves, but here I am, still trying to heal from the trauma that's like my past. And it's not easy, but making this video, I don't want it to end on a sour note. I know I've ranted a lot, so I guess what I'll say is, even if I haven't fully healed yet, I'd like to take the approach of do as I say, not as I do. I've never been a big fan of lead by example, as most people are fake. They're not all put together and have so many issues of their own, but to follow an idea rather than a person feels a little more grounded to me, if that makes any sense. But I guess the other analogy would be like, it's kind of like looking at a person who smokes and then they tell you to not smoke. I'd be more inclined to listen, as they know the struggles of it, even though they're smoking, they're telling you not to smoke. It's like, oh, you mean, oh my god, sorry, are you being a hypocrite? Like no, I'm looking at them and they're like, they're smoking. It's like, yo, don't do it, it's bad for you. It's like, okay, But the only reason why I say that in particular is, well, I'm a hypocrite. And I know damn well, like I'm able, like I'm not. It's not something that I'm really proud of, but it's something that I kind of have to acknowledge. Where I'm very much, I will say something and then kind of do the complete opposite, or like I will say like, oh, don't do this, and then I end up doing it myself. Like, yeah, I'm self aware enough to know that yeah, I'm very hypocritical when it comes to that stuff. So that's why I've always been more of a do as I say, not as I do, because it's like, yeah, I know logically what needs to be done, but I know sometimes I lack the capacity to do so. So I'm kind of hoping that, you know, people will listen to the words that I'm saying and just kind of like take their own spin on it and actually apply it to something better. You know what I mean? It's like, trying to find meaning in something bad or something depressing. If that's making any kind of sense. So, why would you listen to any of what I'm saying? Well, I mean, you have made it like this far into the video, so I'd be surprised if you weren't listening to me. Or maybe you just have me running in the background as like background noise. I know people these days are like pretty busy, but also like I know for me in particular, I really like listening to people talk in the background while like working on video, well, not videos, but like doing homework or like, doing their own projects. Just having something playing in the background is like super nice versus like doom scrolling on your phone for like 4 hours. And I think that's another reason why I want to keep these videos like less edited, very much a longer format style. And I kind of want to upload these weekly if possible, because I feel like these can be relatively easy videos to make if I just kind of find my footing. Because yeah, a lot of people, they just like I think some people just yearn for the simplicity of having a video of someone just talking, like no AI, no fast pace, no nothing, just like pure authenticity. And I know that's rich kind of coming from me, given that I got a little VTuber model and I'm not exactly sharing a lot of personal details of my life, but I feel like I'm trying to strike a bit of a middle balance between, having my charming self be a little VTuber model to keep that anonymity and also, that brand recognition. I got my sweater and everything, but also you just kind of listen to me talk, and it's not, there's like no Minecraft gameplay, there's no Subway Surfer, there's nothing. It's just you and me, and I'm not even playing music with this at all, because maybe you can play your own music if you want to like have something playing alongside this, because I know you have multiple tabs of YouTube open. Don't lie to me. Or maybe you're watching it on mobile, so you don't really got that choice. But I feel like just having my voice and just kind of yapping and chatting is, I wouldn't say therapeutic, but like kind of nice for some people that just want to relax and not doom scroll for like hours on it. Because I know I had a problem with like doom scrolling. I still do. I do it from time to time, but I've just found so much like peace of mind of just kind of like watching, not even watching, just having like videos in the background, people just talking about topics that I kind of relate to, and they just be saying what I be saying, bro. Like they yo, he's me for real. And it's like, damn, I relate to that. And like that's the big thing with these videos, is that yeah, it's probably gonna have a main topic. Like I've already have a couple of videos in mind. It's like, obviously one of them was just the invalidated video where I kind of talk about how like my problems don't feel important to other people, or like, how I feel like I'm constantly burnt out yet always seem like I have a bunch of energy. Obviously relationships is one of them, and then like ways that I cope with my sadness. Like I want to make a lot more long form videos where I'm honestly just talking about the most nonsensical stuff ever, with like very little leeway, very like I'm like for crying out loud, my script is ended. I'm just kind of yapping right now, and I'm just kind of just talking. Like, I'm just kind of speaking what's on my mind, what I feel, within reason. I mean, I don't want to say anything crazy, but definitely trying to find that kind of balance where I can just talk about what's been going on my mind, and trying to connect in a more personal, on a more deeper scale, that is something that I can't really post on the Mastercraft channel, because I'm trying to find my footing on that, what I want to do there. And obviously what I've been doing there has been very different to how the channel first started. Like, I'm not making like Sonic videos anymore talking about how Shadow Generations is mid, or doing animated live streams, or playing live streams with friends and whatnot. Like the content shift has definitely been drastic. But yeah, it's really just a matter of wanting to talk, and I'm hoping by the end of it all, someone can like either relate to it, or they found it to be entertaining to listen to while they work, or they probably clicked off like 2 minutes ago because they saw stupid VTuber model went, ew, bro, I ain't listened to all that. But you know, it is what it is. So I think I've pretty much gotten like my points across. It's yeah, feeling like you're never good enough. It is a real issue that I talk to a lot of my friends and they seem to relate that they just feel like they're not trying hard enough or not doing good enough and they want to try and be perfect. And yeah, that feeling sucks. But I think to me, I don't know what you're going through, but I'm gonna say this as if I'm like your close friend. I think you're good enough. I think you're doing enough. I think you're trying to do everything you can. You know, you're taking it one step at a time, and you're gonna fumble, you're gonna fall, but as long as you keep getting back up, it'll all be worth it in the end. So I hope someone can take away the good in that, because yeah, I definitely might have to watch this video again so I can, hear the comforting side of hearing that I'm good enough. You know what? This is for future Ethan. The future Ethan, if you're watching this, yeah, I'm talking to you specifically because I don't know if anyone else is watching this video. Brother, you're good enough. I know it's hard sometimes, and you're probably cringing watching this, me talking to you, my future self. I can look from an outside perspective and see the amazing stuff you've done so far. I mean, your coworkers love you, your friends adore you. You are so authentically yourself, and you are just incredible. Like, genuinely. Like, you look at all the stuff that you've been able to accomplish. Look what you've been able to make. And sure, maybe some things aren't a big success, and maybe sure you failed a whole bunch of times, but you're doing great. You're doing all the right steps. So hopefully you can take that as you will. And for everybody else who watched that, hopefully you can take that too. So this is a very long recording. I'm gonna have to trim out a few parts, and we'll see. That's probably gonna be like 30 minutes. I don't know. We're gonna see where it takes me. So I hope we enjoyed this somewhat new era of Ethan's little talks, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.